Hey guys, I wanted to chat with you about fear and limiting beliefs for a few minutes. And I want to ask you what kind of dreams that you have inside your heart, desires that you have, plans that you have to invent and create. And I want to tell you that 10 years ago, I didn't have any. I didn't have any dreams. I didn't have any desires. If somebody asked me what I wanted to do with my life, a blank came up because I had so limited my mindset and I so had tunnel vision with all of my problems and I was just in survival mode, just trying to survive and get by instead of living in a place where I had the freedom to dream and create and invent. And I loved what other people were doing with their lives, but none of it applied to me for some reason. I just assumed that that wasn't for me. And I finally decided I was going to start dreaming with God. And I had some little desires bubble up in my heart, but I had all these excuses why I couldn't do any of them. And every time I thought about something I wanted to do, there was just this big steamy pile of excuses in front of me. And they were valid excuses. I don't have any money. I don't have any resources. I don't have enough talent. I don't have what it takes. Like, what if people don't like what I'm doing? And I finally started to realize that these excuses, they're all based in fear. All of my excuses were based in fear, fear of lack, fear of being rejected, fear of putting myself out there. And as I started to weed through this pile of excuses and deal with some of the fears, I got a little bit closer to some of the dreams that I had. And when I took a step closer to my dreams, pretty soon I was face to face with fear. And I could see what I wanted, but there was fear in the way that was blocking me. And I could physically feel the fear. I'm talking my palms sweating, like I'm shaking in fear because I want this thing, but fear's in the way. Like, what do I do? So I camped here for a super long time and I lived in this place and I was waiting for the fear to go away so I could do what I wanted to do, like move out of the way already. And I waited and I waited. And the thing is, fear didn't budge, but I didn't budge either. And we had this standoff for a long time. And I finally decided that I'm just going to have to walk through this fear. So I went for it and I walked through the fear to what I wanted. And the fear got so much smaller after that. And I realized that you just have to walk through the fear. Like, you have to do things feeling scared. So I want to ask you, what are the dreams that you have in your heart? What are the fears that you have? And everybody has different fears. I mean, it could be flying on a plane, driving on the interstate, talking to an intimidating person, public speaking, just putting your invention out there. I mean, just being vulnerable and saying, hey, this is my idea. What do you think? And that fear, that feeling of fear, it's not going to go away. I mean, you just have to be bold and do it anyway with that feeling of fear. And it's okay to feel that because your breakthrough is on the other side of that fear. So I encourage you today, don't camp in front of fear. Don't have that face off for years waiting for it to disappear because it's not going away. You just have to work through it and you have to push through the fear and do it anyway. So I would love to hear in the comments what kind of fears you guys have. Have you conquered those fears? Have you walked through it? Is it still a stumbling block for you? Let me know what you're dealing with. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks, guys.